Pandemic brought on the most significant disruption to the sporting calendar since World War II.
Around the world, games and events canceled or postponed, forcing teams and organizations to adapt. Otis Livingston takes a look back and a look ahead.
You are all safe. Take your time in leaving the arena tonight.
March 11, 2020. The Thunder Jazz game in Utah postponed seconds before tip-off in a surreal scene after Jazz player Rudy Gobert tested positive for COVID. The virus suddenly became very real in the sports world. Less than 24 hours later, the Big East tournament was canceled at halftime of the St. John's Creighton game. The days that followed were full of fear and confusion as major sporting events were postponed and canceled, including the NCAA tournament, the first cancellation in the 81-year history of the event. Rutgers was all but assured to play in March Madness for the first time in almost 3 decades.
Last year ended, it was kind of so abrupt, so there was no ending to that book of last year. I'm trying to get used to coaching with a mask on. That's not easy.
When sports did return, it looked a whole lot different, playing by a whole new set of rules off the field of play, mask wearing, frequent testing, and of course, playing in front of no fans. A huge adjustment for pro athletes used to performing in front of thousands, instead replaced by cardboard cutouts. The leagues losing billions of dollars in the process. The professional leagues all took different approaches in order to get their sports started and restarted. The NBA and NHL had the most effective solution with the bubble setups, where teams had very limited contact with the outside world. But outside the bubble, NBA star and New Jersey native Karl Anthony Towns was impacted as much as anyone, losing his mother and 6 other family members before contracting the virus himself.
COVID did not treat me well whatsoever. A lot of scary nights.
Major League Baseball decided against the bubble during their 60-game regular season, allowing teams to play in their home cities until the playoffs. The NFL held a virtual draft in April, and when the season began, some teams played in front of limited fans, but not the Jets and Giants at empty MetLife Stadium. 31 of the NFL's 32 teams had cases, causing multiple postponements, creating scheduling nightmares. Not an easy situation to deal with, especially for a first-time head coach here in New York.
Look, it was every day. There wasn't a day that, we weren't reminding each other, hey, man, put your mask on.
Welcome back the most passionate fans in the NBA, and to feel your energy once again.
So here we are, just days after Madison Square Garden allowed 2,000 fans to watch the Knicks and Warriors, and 300 people attended a Nets game.
It does great things for us in terms of the motivation. They're a big part that makes this whole engine run.
New Jersey begins allowing fans back in the stadiums and arenas today. So when can we hope for maskless, jam-packed crowds again?
Look, I wish I could tell you, next weekend. The reality is right now that's not the case, but I envision not an empty seat in the house. So we're working for, that's what we hope for.
Hope is the magic word. Otis Livingston, CBS 2 News.